Hello and welcome to Leadership Therapy, where we bring calm to the corporate chaos. I'm your host, founder of Zen Leader, Dr. Jodi Blinco. Now, before we start unboxing the chaos of professional life, I want to provide you a quick disclaimer. I'm not a certified therapist. If you're looking for a clinical diagnosis or a prescription, that's not me and that's not here. When I say the word therapy in leadership therapy, think of it as a mental sanctuary for your overworked brain. This is a space for everyone who keeps the wheels of their industry turning, whether you're in the C-suite, the middle management trenches, the technical workshop, or the front lines of service. This is about the therapy of taking a minute for you to ground yourself, move through the fear of that looming deadline, and gain the clarity needed to take action. So if you've found yourself in a quiet corner, or you're behind a locked office door to avoid the next conversation about strategic synergies, or you're decompressing on the drive home, or maybe you're on the way to work, sit back, relax. You're safe here. Let's get going. Hey guys, and welcome back to another session of Leadership Therapy. Some of you may have heard of the concept of chipping. This was new to me. I had the opportunity to work with a college in Southern Ohio, community college, and we partnered together because they wanted to build a wellness platform and program for their employees and their students. It was such a cool opportunity to be able to work together and really bring in my experience with, I think it's 20 years now of higher education, and then also my background in wellness and yoga, and just bringing all of that together in a way that was going to be customized for the institution and also, again, support their employees and their students. I'm sharing this with you because through that journey and that experience, I was introduced to this concept called chipping through one of the employees at this institution. She created this video and this module because she was a CrossFitter, and she was so inspirational. She took her passion for CrossFitting, and she shared the concept of chipping in this, I think it was like a 3-part series that was for students to not feel overwhelmed when they're going into exams, when they're thinking about tests or studying. And so I was that resonated with me and has ever since. I mean, that work was, I don't know, 3 years ago or so. It took us 3 years to build it, and I think it's been in play for that long. But that work. Okay, Tina, you have to cut this. My brain is struggling right now. So this individual introduced me to the concept of chipping, and I wanted to share it in today's leadership therapy session because there is so much that we all move through in any given day, and it can feel so overwhelming. No matter what role you're in, what you do, whether you're on the front line, whether you're working in the workshop, the technical capacity, manufacturing, leadership, executive roles, there's always so much coming at us, both personally and professionally. And I wanted to offer you this connection to how to move through your day in a way that can help you work through the overwhelm, even though the to-do list, I think, is never ending for all of us. The concept of chipping helps you to think about just chipping away at one piece at a time. And I'm not a CrossFitter, but the way that I understand it is that in CrossFit, a chipper workout is a long list of exercises that you work through one rep at a time. There's no shortcuts, there's no skipping ahead, just like in life, right? There's no shortcuts to that to-do list. I mean, there is, you could not do it, but um, the to-do list is always there. There's really no way around it. Oftentimes, the way through is just through. And I think it's Layla. I saw Layla Hormozi say, I know this is super descriptive. I'm not going to say the entire word, but she said, "F your feelings." When you, and let me explain this statement. Hopefully I'm getting the context right, but she says, it's so easy for your brain to want to negotiate when it feels overwhelmed, to not work through your to-do list, not follow through on the commitment that maybe you've made to yourself or your business or your team, um, because that sense of overwhelm with the to-do list or the day or whatever it is just sets in. And so you start negotiating with your brain to say, I can't, I'll do it tomorrow. And I'm, I think I had 10 of those moments today, but Layla's concept is, F your feelings. If you start getting into your feelings about your to-do list, you will negotiate yourself out of it every time. So bringing us back to chipping, and the wonderful lady who introduced me to this concept through the wellness platform that we were building. Again, she was a CrossFitter. So chipping is chipping away. It's not about brute force. It's about that steady, sustainable progress. One movement at a time, one item on your to-do list at a time. And think about moments when you really push hard and you try to sprint through everything at once. Just think about that. When there are times when you just push through, and if you think about either the quality of that work eventually, because your burnout, your brain's not thinking as clearly as you would if you were fresh or if you were chipping away at one piece at a time. When you really try to sprint through everything, it impacts so many different parts of your work, your well-being, your mindset. And so being able to tackle your day when you're in those moments of feeling overwhelmed, when you're in the times where you don't want to do the work that's in front of you, because that's super real. One of my first jobs in higher education was an enrollment counselor. And when I coach enrollment counselors to this day, I am very real with them about and I think anybody who's been in a performance-driven environment where you have to do outreach, you have to make phone calls, you have to do the activities, everybody knows that that work is heavy lifting. It's grunt work. There's not really any part of it that is naturally enjoyable. I think it's one of those things where you have to think about it as a means to an end. It's part of the work that has to get done to get to the outcome that you're going for. And the chipping away, the chipping concept, the CrossFit concept is the same thing. If we're following through on this commitment that we have made to ourselves, to others, fulfilling our job responsibilities, fulfilling our responsibilities at home, and there are tasks within that just aren't glamorous, right? They are the heavy lifting. They are the things that your brain wants to negotiate on and not have to do. That's when we really have to not only lock in and follow through on that commitment, but also allow for the opportunity to compartmentalize the follow through. What can I chip away at today that will continue pushing me down the path that I am committed to? What can I build today? What can I do today that is either a requirement or that gets me one step closer to where I'm trying to be? And I'm not saying that this is going to be a magical solution for when you are feeling completely overwhelmed and just like it's too much. Those days are always going to be there, but this concept can help. It can help to, one, make sure that you're following through, and two, help your brain not to get lost in the spiral of, oh my gosh, this is never going to end. There's no light at the end of the tunnel, because that goes back to that burnout piece. You either sprint through it, not present, not there. The quality of work isn't what you would do with a fresh brain and fresh eyes and fresh energy. Or you negotiate with yourself and don't do it at all. And either way, neither outcome is good. So the opportunity here is to, again, transformation begins within. Look inward. What are your patterns with feeling overwhelmed with the workday, with the tasks, the activities? And how do you approach those items on your list? Could you benefit from shifting the perspective and thinking about this as a chipping exercise? How can I chip away? How can I compartmentalize and prioritize what is reasonable for me to get done with the level of capacity and energy that I have today? Not negotiating, not allowing yourself to back out of a commitment that you've made. But if you have made a commitment and you cannot follow through on it, it's important to acknowledge that and own that to the individual that you've made that commitment to. I think we're all human. We all know what it feels like when we're at capacity, and we may want to follow through with the best intentions, but we just don't have it in us. Being able to acknowledge when it's just not going to happen today, and acknowledging that to the person, and then letting them know when they can expect from you what you've committed to. That allows you to honor you by not pushing through, not sprinting through and producing work that is not your best quality. It also allows you to honor the commitment and be accountable to yourself and the other individual. So chipping, CrossFit, one step at a time, not spiraling into the overwhelm, but being able to follow through on your commitments in a way that you can be proud of, and not losing every ounce of energy in the process. I hope this was helpful for you today. Remember, your peace is a prerequisite for your performance, and you being able to be still and whole is of service to you and everyone around you. The world needs you, everybody. Needs you to be whole so that you can carry forward the great work that you're doing for your teams at home and in the office. Your well-being isn't a distraction from the work. It is the work. Until next time, take care of yourself. As we wrap up this session of leadership therapy, remember this: your peace is a prerequisite for your performance. At Zen Leader, we help leaders and companies bring calm to the corporate chaos by integrating leadership development and holistic wellness. We provide the tools to conquer stress, manage burnout, and achieve sustainable, real results and performance that positively impact the bottom line. Is your team ready to truly level up? Visit www.zenleader.org today. Explore our tailored coaching opportunities. And ladies, we have a Zen Leader Masterclass specifically designed for you, the female who is ready to thrive and level up and maintain her peace amidst the chaos. Zen leaders, your well-being isn't a distraction. It is the work. If you're ever confused about where to start, just remember transformation begins within. Ask yourself, how can I be the leader I would follow in all parts of my life? Thank you for listening. I'm Dr. Jodi Blinco, and I look forward to staying connected with you along your journey. Until next time, take care.
There's a sun on the horizon, but there are ghosts in the machines. There are people riding trains with their faces buried in magazines. And the scene outside the window is a world they'd rather not know, that's just passing them by. Not just 'cause you wake up in the morning don't mean you're not asleep. Just 'cause you heed all the warnings don't mean that you can't leave. See, in life you get decisions, you got to hang tight to your ambition. You gotta keep on aiming high.